Hello, everybody. Start of another new week, and so here's another new session of video question and answers. I absolutely love providing these, answers to the questions that all you young people ask who are planning to migrate to New Zealand through education. And today, actually, not one but two people asked me a similar question about what is the scope for doing a course in accounting in New Zealand, and what is the future in terms of jobs and careers, and of course the big PR, which everybody wants, the permanent residency. I had actually answered this question through text in one of my posts on my Facebook group. If you're watching this video on YouTube, the Facebook group is called facebook.com/NZ options. That's NZOPTIONS. So please join that group because we actually have a lot of question and answer sessions happening there. So I did actually post a previous text answer to this question about what is the scope for doing accounting courses and the scope for them. And what I had written was that after completing a course in accounting in New Zealand, the following are the possible career pathways. One is accounts officer. The chances of getting a job as an accounts officer in New Zealand are average, as vacancies arise regularly despite the number of positions falling. And accounts officers usually earn 34 to 90,000 New Zealand dollars per year. So that is about accounts officers. What is your next possible career pathway after doing a course in accounting? You could become an accountant. So the first was accounts officer, the second is accountant. And chances of getting a job as an accountant in New Zealand are good due to demand for experienced workers. Assistant accountants usually earn between 35,000 to 75,000 New Zealand dollars per year. And accountants at a senior level or who are not assistants usually earn between 60,000 to $115,000 per year in New Zealand. I think that's a very, very good sum of money to earn. The third career possibility you will have after completing a course in accounting is to become an auditor. And chances of getting work as an auditor in New Zealand are good due to demand for experienced workers. Auditors with up to 3 years experience usually earn 36 to 75,000 dollars per year. Auditors with more than 6 years experience usually earn between 75,000 to 180,000 dollars per year in New Zealand, which is obviously a fantastic sum of money to earn. Then comes the position of finance managers, and your opportunities for finance managers in New Zealand are good due to high demand. Finance managers usually earn 80,000 to 100,000 dollars per year. Chief finance managers usually earn 100,000 to 180,000 dollars per year in New Zealand. So again, a very good salary. And then you could also be looking at a payroll officer's position, and chances of getting a job are good due to a shortage of payroll officers in New Zealand. Payroll officers usually earn 45 to 60,000 dollars per year. Senior payroll officers usually earn 50,000 to 90,000 dollars per year. So that again is a good salary bracket, both at the starting as well as at the senior level. You could possibly also be looking at getting a chance as a bank worker. Chances of getting a job as a bank worker in New Zealand are average. Although the number of bank workers is falling, turnover is high. Bank workers with 1 to 3 years experience usually earn 32 to 45,000 dollars per year. Bank workers in management roles usually earn 45,000 to 120,000 dollars per year. So as you can see, there are various positions that you can aspire to get into after completing a course in accounting. Just to put some humor into my answer, the four people that every society, every country will need, whether it is New Zealand or America or UK or France or Germany, is you will definitely need lawyers, you will definitely need priests, you will definitely need doctors, and you will definitely need accountants. So I think anybody choosing to come into a course for accounting is absolutely setting themselves up for a good career eventually anyway. Whether these roles that I just described lead to a PR, yes, most of them are are at a skill level or higher. Most of them are also at a salary level or higher, which can be considered as skilled employment. Of course, one needs to drill down into each one of these separately and see whether they actually match what is required for the immigration department to eventually grant a resident visa to anybody applying for a job based on a course in accounting followed by one of these occupations. And as I said, these occupations, there were starting salaries as well as salaries at a more senior level. So even if some of you have 7 8 years of work experience or more, and you're now planning that shift in your career and you want to move to a good country like New Zealand, I think it's absolutely worthwhile taking the study pathway, because you can come into New Zealand, do a course from a really good institution. We can, of course, help you with that, and in choosing which course, college, and all those kinds of things. And once you finish your course, you can get out into the job market, and you can make your stake a claim based on the fact that you already have prior experience and now you have a New Zealand qualification. And then if you're able to get into one of these employments, you would be very, very fairly positioned to be able to seek a resident visa based on this. So bottom line, I think accounting has good scope in New Zealand. And like I said, not just in New Zealand, any country would require good professional accountants. But yes, here also we would be willing to give an opportunity to people who come through this particular profession and this particular course. If as I said, some of them have a higher chance of getting employment. Some are average, some are good, and some are not very good. So those are the kind of discussions my team and we would like to have with you when you start your journey of trying to make to New Zealand and use education as the pathway towards migration. So yeah, that's my take on the scope for doing an accounting course in New Zealand and what the future holds for you. Hope it was useful, and I hope we get to see some more accountants come here into this country and bring your own flavor and your own style of doing the business. Just while on the subject of accounting, New Zealand is the country which produced this amazing accounting software called Xero, which is Xero. That is one of the most popular, one of the most happening New Zealand companies that is also now trying to get a global footprint. So purely out of your own interest, you might also want to check out some background about Xero and what it is, and how possibly you could also do some practical courses in Xero, so that not only do you end up getting a good qualification in accounting from one of the leading institutions here in New Zealand, but through your own effort, you could also add another weapon into your armory, so that when you go for an interview, eventually you can say, hey, look, I have experience, or I have completed this nice professional course in accounting, plus I also have knowledge of Xero. So I think that combination, followed by our support and our encouragement here in New Zealand, is probably going to set you up really well for a future in the accounting career. So all the very best, and I hope to answer more questions in this forum. And as always, thanks for watching my videos and listening to my advice. And yeah, happy to receive more questions from all of you. Thank you.